Well, I can tell you now that I've got no access to any of that shenanigans that which has just come on. That is not me. So good. That's Mr. Fletcher stitching me up once again. Once again, stitching me up. But obviously, first and foremost, good evening to everyone, and a warm welcome to. Well, it's not the El Smuggo and G show; it's the El Smuggo and Brooksy show now. So obviously, G took some time off. So Johnny Brooks is the new partner in crime. So good evening, mate. How are you?
Yeah, we finally got there in the end. I mean, you should have started with me in the first place, but that's a different conversation.
How are you, mate? You got on mute.
You're on mute,
he said I should have come and spoke about him, and he's not even talking. Well, he's talking, we can't hear him. So it looks like John's frozen. So I'll go to the next partner in crime, which is Carl. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm okay, thank you, man. How are you?
Yeah, not bad, mate, not bad. And good evening to Bess. How are you? And you're on mute as well.
He's on mute as well.
Wherever it looks like it's just me and you, Cole, talking about Arsenal.
Yeah, this is great, isn't it? Everyone's on mute.
God, this is a right old start to a show.
Yeah, I bet it's 1 minute. He's coming out.
He's gone out. I think Brooks is going to go out. He'll come back in. We've got a side view of Brooksy now. Yep, exactly.
Here we go.
Well, what we do?
Hello. Yeah, we go. He's back.
Can I restart, please? Take 2.
How you doing, Bez? You all right?
I'll say I'm still celebrating, still smiling, and happy St. Nicholas night. Eve, sorry.
Happy Eve. And Mr. Brooks, are you back in your house?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yep, you're back.
Yeah.
You're back.
Oh, that's good.
It was me as well. It was me as well, Brooksy. Don't worry, it was me as well.
Yeah, I'm going to happen. I thought you'd go out. I had my official background and everything.
Yeah, he's not a great start, to be fair, but hey ho, we'll move on. Right, we're going to obviously discuss all things Arsenal. So we're going to look back to the games that we had on Saturday night against West Ham United, where we went to West Ham and obviously got a 5-2 victory. And then we'll talk about Manchester United last night, where we were 2-0 victors at the Emirates. So looking back, John, obviously you was on the show previously, and you was around my house that night for West Ham. You was quite confident we'll get a win. You was quite confident that we'd smash West Ham. And for even 35 minutes, mate, me and you were sitting there chuckling away, weren't we?
It's the problem that probably everyone says having the strangest half of football I think I've ever seen. It was just so weird. Obviously, it was a cruise control. Obviously, 4-0 up. Yeah, we couldn't believe it. I mean, you missed one of the goals. I think you were outside getting a drink or something. I just couldn't believe how quite easy it was and how well we were playing. Obviously, the crazy little 2-minute spell, they gifted them a couple of goals and then scored again. And I remember going to you at half time. I take a boring half of football, but that's what we ended up with. Yeah, crazy game, but another dominant display.
Yeah, just getting over to you, Cole, on the game as well. West Ham, was you confident that would go down and win? And it was kind of a repeat fashion, weren't it, as such, for the first 35 minutes that we did to them 8 to 10 months ago?
Yeah, no, it was exactly the same, actually, wasn't it, to be fair, 4-0. I was really, buzzing. I thought we was going to go on and probably get 6, 7, but I was really disappointed with how we kind of reacted after that. And we kind of let them in. I think, obviously, the free kick, that wasn't a free kick anyway. The Rice challenge, he's won the ball there, but I mean, you can't take it away from Emerson. That's a hell of a free kick. But yeah, I was a bit disappointed with how we reacted with that. But then obviously the second half, we just took control again, and yeah, it was straightforward, wasn't it, in the end, really. West Ham are really bad, really bad.
Yeah, like I was at 4-0 up, as you know, John. Like I went in the kitchen, started cooking chicken burgers, and all I could hear was
You did. I was treated.
And then about a minute later, I've gone out again, and then there's a for fuck's sake again, and I totally get what you're saying. Like, I think it was a little bit disappointing. Like, I think as such, when the fifth goal, when we got the fifth goal winning, it kind of killed the game, didn't it? It kind of killed the game for both sides. And I think at that point, Cole, West Ham were thinking, well, we don't want to be tonked 7 or 8, where Arsenal was sitting there thinking, oh, we'd just be happy to sit in now and consume energy for Man United, really.
Yeah, we don't seem to do I think it disappointed me more that we conceded the two is just because we just don't do that under Mikel Arteta. We don't really take our foot off the gas. We tend to kind of keep going, and I think that's what disappointed me. We switched off for the first goal. I think Trossard switched off, and obviously Wan-Bissaka again, good finish. And then obviously the second one we just inviting pressure, and then get the second one back, and it reminds me of the Newcastle game when it ended 4-4 all those years ago. You know, it's trauma based, isn't it? Yeah, it's trauma. You just know it can happen to us. So it was nice, obviously, to take the control again in the second half, and obviously we got that penalty, and Saka put it away. So yeah, it was nice.
And just going over to you, Bez, talking about Bukayo Saka, and another game where his stats are absolutely phenomenal at the moment in terms of goals and assists. But I thought he's just overall playing that game was nothing short of sensational, especially in the first half. We're running out of words, didn't we, to describe this guy at the moment?
I'm just gonna choke with my own words, basically, if I say anything about Saka. You know me, I'm a big fan of Saka since day one. Before people forget, I've loved the boy since day one. We have the same initials, my real family name as it is. BS, sadly, It's not bullshit, if I can swear, but it's not bullshit, I promise you that. But it was utter bullshit from West Ham, because I know the video I sent you, Liam, and you can see how they said to him, you let your country down. I'm like, are you serious? Sorry if I really kick off in a very aggressive way. But I'll say to those who it may concern, keep your receipts, mate. The boy did well, and you're gonna say now you let your country down. Are you serious? It was not just him. It was Harry Kane, if I can say names. It was Sancho. It was others as well. But these fans are very fickle. Very, very disappointing. I know it's a London derby, but come on now. The family members, Liam, he went to the game. He got told, "Why are you filming the video?" And the guy next to him told him, it was next to my family member, he's a tourist. He's just having the time of his life. Never seen Arsenal play. Never seen a Premier League game in his life. And they're saying, why are you filming? It's not a crime to film a football, a goal, sorry, if I'm saying this correct. And you're there to give my family member a hard time for what now? And then I heard there's a fight up by I think it's at the West Stand above their heads, like a big melee, big like handbags. Like, oh God, still people fight each other over football, but I guess they were celebrating. You should do that, but if you're not away from home. But who am I to judge, West Ham fans now? I'll say this. Forever blowing bubbles up your ass. That's what I say. That.
Well, I think West Ham fans are probably they're probably a bit bitter towards us at the moment because of the Declan Rice transfer, and there's obviously been a lot of salt in the wounds ever since that transfer has happened because they don't feel that he should have stayed in London and that he should have probably gone to Manchester City's their kind of philosophy. But yeah, we're being totally honest with you. The last two games, and I'll go back to you, John, to do it once and go 4-0 down at home against one of your London rivals is bad enough. But to do it 2 times in the space of 9-10 months, it's pretty unforgivable, really, isn't it? And I thought that for the first 40 minutes, for how well we played, yet again they were pathetic.
Yeah, they're terrible. I mean, you see them the other night as well against Leicester. They're just awful. I mean, attacking wise, look at their players. Bowen, Paqueta, Kudus. They've got some good players, but defensively in the midfield, they're just woeful. We just lovely. It's so disappointing we couldn't get like a 6 or 7, like another 6, 6-2. It's got a nicer ring to it, but they're dreadful. But it's good that we're putting teams like this away. Is what we should do and giving good teams a good battering. But yeah, they're just dreadful. I presume that's coming up. I think Monday.
And go back over to Cole. Gabriel again, absolute menace from set pieces, to the point where he got Mike Tyson straight to the face, didn't he, or Fabianski, for the for the fifth goal. And obviously, which did then eventually rule him out in the second half and then rule him out the Manchester United game. But I know we're going to go into the Manchester United game soon, but it's worth bringing up now that I think a lot of people were thinking before last night that our set pieces are profited solely by Gabriel, where last night we took it to a totally different level, didn't we, to prove that we don't just need Gabriel in the team for our set pieces to pull off.
Yeah, I think obviously it was looking at it probably a little bit of a blessing in disguise that Gabriel didn't play yesterday, because now if we didn't score from corners yesterday, everyone's just sort of all the clubs are just going to be solely focused on stopping Gabriel because no one else scores from corners. Whereas now they've got to worry about the other players in the team that can potentially score from a corner, which might free up Gabriel a little bit more again. Yeah, it's just inevitable now, isn't it? It's like having a fucking penalty kick for us, a corner. I get as excited as a one-on-one. It's ridiculous. Like the delivery is. We're probably going into it a little bit, obviously deeper with the United game, but the delivery is just on point every single time. It's crazy. It's ridiculous. It's so dangerous as well. Which it's good to have in our locker. If we can't score normally, we've always got that backup plan, which you need.
Yeah, and I think that, I watched back the game this afternoon while I was having a run, and it's quite interesting. Like Alan Shearer and the commentator, who's obviously commentating on the game, just talking about how perfect them deliveries were, and Declan Rice especially last night, nothing short of like outrageous, really. Like when we scored the first goal, he literally repeated the same corner, which obviously then got clear of the line where Sertsky headed it, and you sit there and you think that takes a lot of training on the training field to kind of perfectionise that, and we now got the guys all over the pitch, haven't we? We're looking at you're looking at Saliba, you're looking at Gabriel, you look at Calafiori, do you know what I mean? You look at Marino now that's coming, he could have scored the other day, and he scored against Liverpool. You look at Thomas Partey, you look at Kai Havertz. Like we're talking about 6 or 7 players that can easily score headers from corners, and that once you hit the set pieces as well as Declan Rice does, they're actually, you can't defend them.
No.
Yeah, can I just say sorry? He just pinged it. He pinged it last night.
It's where they start their runs off. It's very, very clever because every team's on the marks now. So to kind of counteract that, what they do is they start behind them, and then they just run across them, and it's an absolute stampede of football players coming past you. You do not know what to do. Your eyes are taken off because the players are running past you, and you've got to look out for the ball. And by that time, it's in the back of the net. It's done. Revolutionised a corner. Essentially, we have, and obviously, people say, "Oh, it's Stoke and blah blah blah," but I don't really care. We come across so many times with these big teams, Bolton, Stoke, the lapsed throw-ins where we used to concede so many goals because we're too soft, and now it's on the other foot. We've just rattled everyone again.
Yeah, it was brilliant. Even this morning, even like on my Facebook, people calling us Stoke and everything. I was thinking, yes, it's how the tides turn.
Yeah, are we supposed to just kick it out for a goal kick?
Yeah,
not just give the ball back to him. Like it's a corner. You meant to score from him.
The best one's in a picture of Arteta in the Stoke hat. Yeah.
I'm going to go over to you, Bez. Obviously, it was a quiet second half after we obviously went 5-2 up. Maybe a little bit disappointing in terms of what we could have done. But at the same time, we scored 5 goals away at West Ham. It's 3 points in the bag, and we then moved on to Manchester United. So overall, it was obviously a really good result. Are you quite confident now that with the players back that we've got, that we're gonna put on a run like we did last year?
I'm thinking, why not? We've got the belief, we've got the experience, we've got the manager now who knows what he's doing. And if you allow me to say this, yes, they showed to Almiron, you'll have to do this a lot, I can see, before the game. Look, show me your cards, I'll show you mine, You're like a magician, Arteta last night. Sorry, my phone does this for some reason. I guess some weird emojis when I do this or that, I don't know. But anyway, I'll keep it. I mean, I was Harry Potter in school. Let me put it that way, Brooksy. So I don't know. I don't know what to say to that. Dark Arts. Sorry, Dark Arts. I can't forget to say Dark Arts. Sorry. But yeah, so I don't want to keep it too long. I want to keep concise as much as I can, Liam, without interrupting anyone. So yeah, I think we look good because we have the experience. But manager who knows now how to read a plan B, sorry, a plan A, because you see, he saw plan A was not quite like ticking, shall we say, without me sounding too critical. And he's realized, you know what, I'm going to work with my coaches, and I'm like, something's brewing here. You know, I feel like a nice cup of tea is brewing in the background for someone. I know you were there, both of you, as you said. Lucky you both. I would love to be in that game last night. I'll need to see Arsenal United at some point. But for me, the way you just told them that there's something there, perfect. And then come second half, if I'm talking about United game, well, so I don't want to jump to the United game, but there, even with West Ham, he closed the game second half, and then the went to United game, he's like, you know what, plan A isn't working, bring on plan B, and then the rest is history, as we say. You know, 100 goals in 2024, 12 games on the bounce against United for the first time in our history. I'm not Statman Dave, I promise, but I guess I have to use stats these days to summon my point, you know.
You're going to say some good evenings. So good evenings, Catherine. Good to see you on. Good evenings, Ryan Youngblood. Good evening, Detroit. How you doing, mate? Good to see you on as well. And good evenings, Gav. How you doing, mate? Probably
I know
a
Gav.
big Chelsea
I know
fan at the
Gav. I had
moment.
some run-ins with him last night, by the way.
Yeah, you would always get run-ins with Gav, mate.
I know Gav is. I know Gav is. That's what I'm going to say. I'm not going to give him a hard time, but I know Gav is. That's what I'm going to say.
I'm going to pass over to you, John. I'm going to let you kind of host a bit around Manchester United. So I'm going to let you fire away, mate.
Right, yeah, so obviously played Man United last night at the fun time of 8:15. Obviously, we were hoping that it would be the same sort of lineup from Saturday. But obviously, Calafiori and Gabriel were missing, which meant Kiwior come in and Zinchenko. Now, Carl, I can imagine you were probably thinking along the same lines as me. Oh, shit. But, I mean, Zinchenko had a couple of little dodgy spells near the end with Diallo because he just can't run. But I thought Kiwior was absolutely superb. I mean, you know, yeah, brilliant for him.
I mean, I'm not too worried with when I see Zinchenko lining up at home. I'm not too concerned because I know we're going to dominate the ball and that's going to play into his hands because he'll just invert off the left and come in central positions. It's when he's away from home that I'm concerned. Like if he starts on Sunday away at Fulham, that's where I'm a little bit more concerned with Zinchenko because he can't defend. And when he gets tested like he did against Diallo, he got beat quite easily, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean at home I'm not too concerned about him, but away from home he does fucking worry me. He's not good enough for us really, and that's why City let him go in the end. He was great for what he came in for that one season with Jesus, just to kind of get us to top four and challenge, but he's not going to be there for much longer, I don't think.
No, definitely not. And so it's a big plus side as well, Liam. You think he's obviously, not rested them both. Obviously, they've got injuries. Obviously, like I said, Gabriel got a punch in the face. So I presume that's the concussion protocols, which means he's got to more or less miss the next game. And it sounds like Calafiori is going to be all right for Sunday. So Man United at home is a good game to give him a rest because at the end of the day, they're a mid-table team.
You enjoyed saying that, didn't you?
Did you see that Ian Wright video when he was winding up Roy Keane?
I did.
He was proper
I saw
fighting.
it with Roy Keane.
He is, yeah, brilliant. But they are, though, no? They're like 12th. And if Bournemouth and Fulham maybe win tonight, I know Fulham were winning.
1-0 Bournemouth. 1-0 Bournemouth, by the way.
Oh, brilliant. They beat Spurs. Fantastic. So, yes, they were put down at 14.
Ryan told me last night, but he said need to me, Ryan, think before you speak. That's what I'm going to do now. Gav told me this, Liam. Think before you speak, guys. I'm like, okay.
I've never learned that in my 43 years, mate. I'm not going to change now.
Yeah, but my 30 years of being a man as well, but being a young man, or a young lad in this British common sense as it is now. If any people out there have any common sense, I don't know. So if I jump in, guys, but you know, I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm not a Chelsea fan. I'm not the 115 team fan, if that makes sense.
No. but obviously, yeah. So we get a Fiore and Gabriel. I think we're about Sunday. So again, this is where the squad depth comes in, isn't it, Liam? You know, obviously Kyrgios come in. He's been brilliant.
Love it, love it,
You
love
know,
it.
and you can see how pleased Gabriel Calafiore at the end when they're proper like mobbing Gabriel, which is great to see. Because obviously the morale in the squad. I mean, all of a sudden we've got the bit between our teeth, and everyone's coming and doing it, and you know they look like they're going the right way, and they're hunting Liverpool down.
Yeah, I think the squad. Like, I think as we said, like when I see Kivior and Sinchenko, I ain't gonna lie, I was sitting in a pub and I was like, oh, because it's always an all in it. Like you don't know what to expect, but then
because the other two are so good.
Yeah, but I was thinking about it. That's Kivior's natural position, left centre back.
It is,
and
yes.
To be fair, yeah, right. We haven't seen him play left centre back much, and to a man, I thought he was solid last night. He done everything that he needed to do in that game, and I think he's a good deputy. To be honest, yeah, like in that role. Do I think he should play left back now? And probably not. He fit the purpose last year when we needed it. We know we've got fullback issues, but I'm a bit like you know my thoughts as well, Cole and Sinchenko. My actual thoughts were after 60 minutes, he has to come off the pitch, whether he's home or away. And I actually thought Sinchenko done well for the first 60 minutes. And as I said it to the geezer next to me, I knew I shouldn't have said it. He gave away the free kick, and then he was like, this is the kind of area that he gets exposed late in games. And I think with Sinchenko, I think you can get a good 60 minutes out of him at home, but then you have to bring that. You do need to bring another option on. You can't rely on Sinchenko for 90 minutes. But apart from probably that last 5 minutes that he was on, I actually thought he had a fairly good game. And I thought he'd done well at West Ham when he come on as well. So I just think Sinchenko is probably a little bit like Ramsdale in goal, isn't it? If we're being totally honest. He's probably not got the mentality for 90 minutes to be concentrated for 90 minutes. And he hasn't got it in him to do it for 90 minutes, like game in, game out. But we got away with it yesterday. I do think that their new manager, he played a bit of a different system. It worked in the first half. I knew it weren't going to work for 90 minutes because Man United can't defend for 90 minutes. So I was quite comfortable at half time that even though we hadn't played that well, that we was going to get them at some point. So I do think that they played their hands a little bit in the second half because they just couldn't play that way. I think Man United have been best off probably going out to try and score goals against us, if I'm being totally honest.
Very like strange their team selection.
And only got beaten in the last minute. I thought Man United pretty. I think he's going to be a good manager there, the guy, but he ain't got the personnel. Do you know what I mean? No. Like you're trying to play that way with the likes again of Harry Maguire. Do you know what I mean? You're bringing on Anthony. You've got Casemiro on the bench. Do you know what I mean? They haven't got the players to play the way he wants. It's going to take them a long, long time, and they're nowhere near our level. And if that game had gone on for another 10, 15 minutes, it would have been 3-4-0 in the end. Do you know what I mean? That like it was comfortable in the end, and we've been able to rest Carragher. We've been able to rest Gabriel for Sunday. I think it was a good night at the office really for us.
Yeah, no, excellent. You know, and it was a strange selection I thought for Man United as well. I think we played them definitely at the right time. Obviously, the new manager is trying. Well, to be fair, he's basically trying every player in his squad, putting them in, see what they're like. I mean, I was surprised Rashford especially didn't start because obviously he scored 2 on Sunday, and Carl, he has a good record against Arsenal, especially at the Emirates. Bizarrely, he scored quite a few goals at ours, but I was relieved to see him, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm well surprised they didn't. And that Diallo, to be fair, he went very defensive though. Didn't he, first half?
He's having a good spell. Yeah,
very defensive.
And he knew. He did say in his press conference, didn't he? Some weird little statement. There'll be more storms or something coming before, which I thought was quite a weird thing to say before a big game.
Yeah. I was very surprised because Rashford, he always scores against us. Scored against us last year, didn't he? At the Emirates, and he's always a threat with us. And he obviously came off the bench, and by that time the game was it 1-0 when he came on? It was, wasn't it? Yeah, because he gave away the corner. And he didn't really
crying about it.
Yeah, he didn't do anything, did he, when he came on? Yeah, obviously I was happy that he was on the bench as long with that Diallo, because I thought if Diallo was on Zinchenko's side from the start, they probably would have caused us a lot more problems.
Yes.
Because he is a talent, that Diallo. He looks a very good player,
Yeah,
to be
he's a
fair
good
to
little
him. I
player.
like him.
And
But
it's the
no,
same with Garnacho as well.
he's
They're
crap. I
both
don't like him. I think
You
he's
think
pants.
so? He's definitely
Yeah,
got
he's
something in him.
pants.
I just think, I mean, yeah, we could unlock that, but that's a different story.
Nah, I don't. Nah.
You
He's not
don't
as.
think?
I think Martinelli's better, and you know my thoughts on him.
Yeah, but he's doing it right at the moment, Carlos. He's doing it right at the moment.
No
Yeah,
comment.
like you're sexy. So
I was
obviously
about to
0-0
shake my
at
head,
half time.
Brooksy, so I'm just shaking my head about something that Amiron said about us before the game as well.
What was that? What did he say?
We're quoted to be saying that Saka Martinelli deliberately tried to force corners, and Arteta said after the game, we try to exploit weaknesses, which we did. They didn't learn that fucking lesson, excuse my language.
No,
13
carry on.
corners, what? I'm sorry. And now they call us, as Carlos said at the beginning, yeah, we are Stoke City, it seems, in the people's books, or was it they call set piece FC? Huh.
Mhm.
I won't say certain names from our fan bases around, but but just the haters are gonna hate. That's what I want to say.
That's right. I mean, that's
I'm
the
all up
thing.
for it, man. New Year's come in, bring it on. If they want to hate us, let's be having you. As Delia Smith said.
Well, I've got the Gary Neville, Nicholas Jove.
Oh,
It's annoying
sorry. Did you see
person in
when
football at the
James
moment.
kind of spilled the drink on him? Sorry, Brooks. Did you see when James kind of spilled the drink on him, or was it vice versa?
No, I didn't see that. No.
There's a video, so I think Jamie Carragher spilled either water on Gary Neville, or vice versa. One of them did to each other when they're doing that watch along.
Oh, okay.
You literally hear the water being like splashed around, like Peggy Mitchell style.
But anyways, Gary Neville describes Nicholas Jove, our set piece coach, as the most annoying person in football. Obviously, we have to talk about the corners in the second half. I mean, Liam, they're all down your end, wouldn't they? So, I mean, the pair of them, Saka and Rice, I mean, they're doing it on Saturday as well. It's just ridiculous sort of seem to get it on target. The whip, the power, the accuracy. It's just amazing. Declan Rice is in particular last night from the right hand side. I mean, I don't know if it was the wind as well was helping, but he was whipping him, and it was just causing carnage. Every time I come in, I mean, I know we do a little thing now when all defenders go to the other side, but the defending of Man United was shocking as well because they know what's coming. It just make me laugh. They're going, oh, they score from corners again. Well, if you can't defend them properly, what are we supposed to do? I mean, Timber, he's corners for that, Saliba scores with his arse. Now we could have had another couple where Xerxes almost scored an own goal, another one where Anana smashed it into someone and hit him in the head and bounced off. And all my years of supporting Arsenal, I don't think I've ever seen such an amazing, just relentless barrage of corners. It's just superb. I know we've always been critical of Stoke and the like, but now we've caught onto it, and we're the kings. We are set piece FC.
It got to a point, didn't it? It got to a point in that second half, right? And no word lie, you could feel in the stadium that Man United were intimidated by even the crowd. The crowd were literally building every corner up. And you knew something was coming from every single corner because it just totally got on top of Man United in the end. Like, imagine having to go through corner after corner like that. Well, we had 13 in the end, didn't we? And I reckon it was only to the 12th one that Saka didn't get it past the first man.
Rubbish.
And like you said, the deliveries are unbelievable. They're absolutely world class. They're absolutely spot on. But you've got to watch the movement as well. The movement that we're doing for these corners, like to start with all your players at the back post, and then to get them to run in like that, and then score goals like that on the near post. That takes a lot. That takes a lot of training to be able to perform that and produce that. But we can mix it up, can't we? So we can make them think we can do that. And actually, what we do is we loop a massive one in, and it's not the first time we've done it because when you think against Manchester United, we did the exact same thing last year for Declan Rice's goal in the last minute. It was the same corner that Saka looped over to the back, and literally, obviously, then Declan Rice brought it down and scored. So we've exploited them at the front post, but we know we can exploit them at the back post as well. And they were terrified in the end. They'd have nightmares. they'd have absolute nightmares. I would have thought last night going home on the coach back up the M1 to Manchester, because they got absolutely bullied in the second half from set pieces. They did in the first half, to be fair, as well. But Anana kind of bowed them out. Like, let's be honest, Thomas Partey should have scored. He should have. He should have
Yes, he
scored
should have
that.
done.
It's
He should have
a
done.
gimme, innit? It's a
Marino
gimme.
probably should have scored as well.
Yeah. So, as I said, like, it's incredible the set pieces. It's incredible the amount of people that we got now that we can kind of profit from set pieces in the box. But then you start looking at it, you just think that it's just another way. People sitting there going, "Oh, well, yeah, you only score from corners." You've got to win 13 corners first. Do you know what I mean? You've got to win them. What's the style and what's the play that we're playing to win them corners? Do you know what I mean? You can't handle Saka. Martinelli's Martinelli. I'm the same as Cole. Like, we could definitely get someone like a lot better than Martinelli on the left wing, in my opinion, moving forwards. But still, he's winning corners. Do you know what I mean? But we're doing a lot of the good stuff before that to be labelled as a Stoke. But what we are now, we're the most, like the West Ham manager said, we're the most complete team in the Premier League. We are the most complete team in the Premier League. We can score from anyhow. We can score in any style. We can score in any play. And I've sat at games. I remember sitting at games 3, 4, 5 years ago. We'd have all sat there. The 0-0s. I remember Burnley 0-0. And I was sitting there thinking, if only we could break teams down like from set pieces. Do you know what I mean? If one of these corners, we would have 14, 15 corners and nothing would come from them. And that's the difference. That's what wins games. Do you know what I mean? That's what opens games up at times. Like Man United last night, they come in to play away, to nullify us. That's another way you've got to win games, is by set pieces. And not many teams are good at it, if we're being totally honest with you. I don't think many teams are that great in the Premier League. There's probably about 2, 3 teams that are quite good at it, but we're world class at it, absolute world class at it now. And what we need to do is take that into Europe a lot more now. We need to do that in Europe a lot more as well, especially when we go to the away grounds. Do you know what I mean? Like, we did it at Sporting, but we need to take this to the next level in Europe now for me, because I think in Europe, for some reason, before the Sporting game, we don't seem to score from corners.
It's almost as if a switch has been flicked on, and from a few weeks ago, we've just rolled up our sleeves and just gone, right, now we're going to go out and smash people. I mean, and well, a good person who he's had a few critics the last few weeks on shows near, isn't he? Declan Rice. I mean, Bez, I'll start with you. I mean, well, second half particularly, I thought he was absolutely superb last night. Not just his corners. I mean, he was all over the pitch. He was striding forward. He was doing those lovely marauding runs. He was getting stuck in winning headers. And that was, the 105 million Declan Rice that we want to see back again.
Well, I'll say this, and I'll keep it as concise as possible as I can. First and foremost, to whom it may concern, keep your receipts. Keep your damn receipts. Because I don't give a damn after the way they treated my star boy in the weekend. Because for me, Declan Rice showed his true colours last night. Again, well, he does it obviously every game he does, but last night he did a lot like tackling, very clean, very assertive, very disciplined. I'm trying to look at that before I get distracted. What I'm saying, he looked like the real deal. He looks down as settled, like players play for us for a long, long time. I know people gonna say to me, "What are you faffing about?" I'm not faffing around. He knows how to play football. The man's been playing football since 7 years plus now. And for me personally, I do think that he gives a lot more than just offensively. He's more like a midfielder, like all round, a bit like Patrick Vieira in his prime. Sorry, prime. Example more like, not to obviously compare but contrast more like. I like his brain, the way his brain thinks. As Liam said, I think at the end of last season or the start of this season, considering what we've been through in our personal life, and it's not been easy. I know for a fact, Liam, and I endured myself some difficult moments. Respect, and we're all human beings for God's sake. And I know Declan has suffered, emotionally in his personal life. From out here, because I've got some group of mine in my Sunday club, the West Ham fans that tell me, I wish we could have him back. I said, we can't take him back. He will not come back to you. Because right now, also, we applaud him, we love him, we sing his name, we treat him like king. And he knows already that he's in a team that he's appreciated and everything that he does. From start the game to end the game, his beaming smile, his aura. I can make a whole hour segment if you want to about Declan Rice, personally, Brooksy. But I'll wrap this up by saying, just keep up the good work and just keep your head up and just rise above it as he does. And it's a beautiful thing to see, modern day football, such a humble man, such a vocal man, such, how can I say this? Such joy to see him play football the way he does. I love the way Odegaard compliments him, the way Odegaard compliments Saka, and the team just, as I think Liam said as well at the beginning, is literally, the team is a unit. The one unit that clearly you break one, they pick up that one, and they come back alive again, as you saw second half. Different unit, a different Arsenal I've not seen in ever in my lifetime.
No, I think definitely Carl as well. The international break definitely came at the right time for Declan, didn't it? Because I think the last 2 games, obviously he had a broken toe or whatever, and it was affecting him, I think. But now he looks, like he's raring to go again.
Yeah, he was definitely fatigued. I think the international break came at a good time for us as well. Obviously, getting him fit, Saka was pulled as well, which I think Saka needed. He's come back refreshed. Obviously, Odegaard didn't go as well. Well, he did go, didn't he? But he didn't play.
He went there and then they sent him back again.
Yeah, so obviously he's come back fitter because the game against Chelsea where he played, all right, I thought he was good, but you could see he wasn't 100% Odegaard. And he's obviously back now, and hopefully we can go on a run like we did this point last year and pick up some points and start hunting Liverpool down and get within, more than or closer as we get to Christmas, because it's going to be. I mean, their game this Saturday is going to be tough for them. Everton away, last game at Goodison. They're going to be up for that.
On the back of a 4-0 thrashing of Wolves last night.
And they
I
were
don't think anyone see that
United. First 20 minutes,
they
they
were.
were good
That's
against
platinum,
United.
yes.
And obviously they got bad after that. But that's going to be a tough game for Liverpool. And you never know, they might drop points if we win against Fulham, which again is not going to be easy. 4 points, isn't it? And then we're right back in it.
Yeah, definitely. And that's the key thing, isn't it, Liam? We just got to keep winning. Just keep the run going. And at the end of the day, there's no pressure on us now because everyone thinks, well, Liverpool won the league already. So, obviously I was watching both games last night. I mean, special mention to Amazon because I have to say it's very good. You can watch any game you want. But it's superb. It puts Sky Sports to shame a little bit, in my opinion, because it's brilliant. I was flicking between our game at half time, stick on the Newcastle game, and it was end to end. I mean, Newcastle, the first half should have been out of sight. Gordon missed a good chance for 2-0. And obviously, he gets back 2, and then Salah scores. I remember messaging you, and I was just like, that's it. I was thinking, that's it. They're going to win the league, aren't they? It's just ridiculous. And then God bless Fabian Schär in the 91st minute or whatever. And yeah, superb.
See,
pressure
yeah,
down on Liverpool, the drop points.
I've got a bit of a different opinion on Liverpool at the moment. Like, yeah, they're 7 points clear. But when I look, that they haven't been to Chelsea yet. And at the moment, Chelsea are in the title race at the moment.
Definitely.
And rightly so, because they've been playing well, even if I don't like to admit it. They haven't been to Aston Villa yet. They haven't been to Bournemouth yet. Do you know what I mean?
Sunday.
They haven't been to Manchester City yet. And they're all grounds that we've been to at the moment. So there's a lot of banana skins from now onwards for Liverpool. And they've got to go to they haven't been to Tottenham yet either.
No, that's
they've
on
got to
Sunday.
go to Tottenham in the next couple of weeks.
Chelsea got Spurs Sunday.
Oh, Chelsea, yes, sorry.
Yeah. And you start looking at that and you think, the title race is nowhere near over, do you know what I mean? And the other thing I'll throw at the fire here is that Liverpool last year started the season we remember really well, but they fizzled out at the back end of the season, and I think that they've got a couple of aging players now. Do you know what I mean? What are the legs going to be like when you get to a March, April? Do you know what I mean? When the title race really heats up, and I think they got the firepower, but I still think there's a couple of question marks to Liverpool. I really, really do. They're in really good form at the moment, but it's good being in good form in November, but you need to be in good form in March and April.
And the
It's gonna be
Salah contract
interesting.
situation as well. That's
I was
very
just about to say
important.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, Carl. I mean, it's
No,
crazy,
that's
Carl,
okay.
though, isn't it? I mean, he's their best player comfortably. I know they're going about Van Dijk, But without Salah, they're nowhere. He scores so many goals and assists. He's a phenomenal player, but it's bizarre. It's really, really bizarre. It'd be like if Arsenal had like Odegaard or Saka and they knew he was running out of contract, and then signed, the fans and crowd would be up in arms. It
I,
just seems very, very weird.
I would
Yeah.
more compare it not to maybe Saka and Odegaard just because of his age, but maybe like Aubameyang and Ozil because of the money that he's demanding. And he wants it over a 3-year contract.
Just meant how
Liverpool don't
important
want
he
to give him
was.
3 years, or is it a 2-year option? I
Mm,
don't think Liverpool want to give him that option because
nah,
if they're offering him 450 grand or whatever that he's going to go and get in Saudi,
yeah.
then it just takes a little bit of dip in form, and they ain't going to be able to go and buy someone because there's so much money being spent on wages.
Mm,
And that's why my point about January is it's going to be very interesting because Trent can go and talk to clubs, Virgil can talk to clubs, Salah can go and talk to clubs,
mm.
and
They'll get
that
derailed
might
very
play
quickly.
it might play on their mind mentally. They could check out. I mean, Trent, he didn't play yesterday, did he? But they could, he looks like he's probably going to go to Real Madrid.
I reckon he'll go, yeah.
Yeah, they're going to lose some big players, and that's going to affect the team as well. If your 3 biggest players are leaving, it's
And
it's
not
far
much
from
money
over.
as well if they're all running out of contract.
Yeah, they get zero. It's like us a few years ago, wasn't it? When
You're
we
looking
lost all
at,
those players for free.
it, for those 3 players, you could get a couple of 100 million, It's crazy. They could lose them all for nothing.
Yeah,
But funny. To us. But yeah, no, you're right. I mean, that could really, that's a good thing about last night. As I said earlier, with Kyrgios when he come off, and you see how delighted Gabriel and Calafiore were, and the whole team were. But you get to see how pleased they were. And the team spirit and the morale really seems to be good high at the moment. And you do wonder with Liverpool, with all the contractors, they want this money and they want that. You do wonder how much they really, really want it.
be interesting.
Yes, it
Yeah,
will.
I do. Yeah, I think it'd be really interesting. I think with all that going on, with Champions League going into the latter stages, can they keep this form up over 9 months? I'm not so sure they can. You can't rule Man City out because even though they're in a situation now, the thing with Man City is right now, I don't see them going on a relentless run because they haven't got Rodri. Do you know what I mean? It for them? Rodri's like Odegaard for us. Do you know what I mean? Rodri comes out of that team. It batters them. Odegaard comes out of our team. It's kind of ruined us over a course of 4 or 5 games. But I just don't see Liverpool keeping up this run for 9 months. And I think there's a lot of banana skins they've got away from home. And I think they've had quite a nice start in terms of away from home. And I think the fixtures have fallen quite nicely from the start of the season. If we can get, I was sitting there thinking about this, if we can get to the Man City game and be like 4 points behind them, or if anything like 4 or 5 points behind them, I think we're in a good situation. Do you know what I mean? Because we still go there anyway, and we should have won both. Definitely
Yeah,
the
last
first
couple
game
of
we should have
times,
beat
yes.
Liverpool, but we haven't lost
2
at
up.
Anfield for the last 2 years. Do you know what I mean? So
Mm.
it's not like we're going to Anfield where we're worried about going to Anfield. And I believe in this team. I believe in this team can go to Anfield and win. Do you know what I mean? I believe if Trossard didn't get sent off at Man City, we go and batter them like Spurs battered them. So I think we just got to keep ourselves in the race. And maybe it'd be good chasing them, but as such, do you know what I mean? I just think that we just got to win every game. So I look at the games now. I'm quite comfortable with the team that we've got that we can go on a run. I'd probably look at, even though we beat them 3-0 last year, I look at the Brighton game. I think that's a tough one over the Christmas period. Do you know what I mean? I think we'll go for them win. I think we'll go Palace and win. I think we'll beat Everton. I think we'll beat Ipswich. Do you know what I mean? Like, we'll go Brentford. I think we'll go and beat Brentford. But the Brighton game is the one for me. That could be a little bit of a banana skin for me at the moment.
I'm not too worried about Brighton. I have to say, it's easy to say. The only reason we didn't beat them at home was because Rice got sent off. Was it last year we went there? Was it New Year's Eve and we beat them 4-2? Was that the season before?
For the season before. We beat them 3-0 last year, to be fair.
3-0, of course we did. Yes, we did, yes. So, yeah, I'm not too worried. They're still losing to Fulham.
I'm checking out, yeah, it seems
3-1
like
now.
Wow.
What, 3-1 to Fulham?
Nelson picks up hamstring injury.
Yeah, 3-1 Fulham.
He wouldn't have
Nelson,
played
I
anyway,
think.
would he? Because he's on loan.
No.
Who else scored for Fulham?
It won't be double.
Yeah, why we got 2?
Really? It's on fire, isn't it?
Let's not talk about
Yeah.
Smith Rowe. Hey, Brooksy.
I love Smith Rowe.
Well,
I
we
was
can talk
happy
about
when he
him, but
did, you
let's
know.
hope he has a bad game on Sunday.
Yeah, after how he treated me the other day,
Yeah, no, heartbreak. Yeah, no,
I was heartbroken.
He was just in awe of your beard. I think that's probably
Yeah.
what it was.
Old Gav's trying to throw his little snidey comments in anyway.
Go on
isn't
then. Let's see.
he?
Let's be happy.
Did you guys watch the new FIFA Club World Cup draw earlier on? Not interested, mate. Not interested.
Yeah, what's that? I seen it earlier. What is? I don't even know what that is.
No, I don't either.
So is they're basically they got this FIFA, they got this Club World Cup in the summer, which is all the
Chelsea?
teams that. Yeah, because they won the Champions League in 2020, 21, was it?
Yeah.
So that's how
Carragher
they got in
winner.
it. They certainly ain't got in it for the last 3 years' performances, have they? But
Okay.
yeah, it's this summer. But you got to ask yourself the question: do you like what
In the
effect is
summer?
that going to have on teams next
Yeah.
season? Do you know what I
That's
mean?
a bit
Fuck
weird,
that.
isn't
I
it?
don't want to be involved in that.
No,
Let
so
them, that's fine.
maybe it's a good thing for us.
Let him go there and get injured. Yeah, carry on.
You know what's
let's
funny?
not
Can I
play.
just jump in and say this? The Bleacher Sport report, because I did a little segment with them, and I forgot to send it to you guys, but they asked me as well. Would you take Champions League or would you take the Invincible trophy? I said, what do you mean? Champions League over Invincible? Are you having a laugh? No, I'll keep the Invincible trophy. That's my childhood right there, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
But yeah,
definitely Invincibles.
of course.
We'll win
That's my
the
only memories of
Champions
this
League this
club.
year.
No one's done it. Everyone, different teams have won the Champions League. No one's
Exactly.
apart from us won the Premier.
Can I please
Premier
ask you,
unbeaten.
guys, did you guys go to the Preston game? I know
Almost
some
got a
people
goal,
went
mate.
and they said being with Preston fans was amazing in their presence and with invincible teams, you know?
Yeah, apparently they had an invincible beard, didn't they, as well?
Yeah, that's what I heard. I've heard people had a cracking time. The atmosphere was electric from our fans and their fans. With no respect.
Yeah, to be fair, they pretty much blasé. I to enjoy it when I can.
But mind you, I was coming down from Barnet on the other week, and I saw the shithole stadium down the road. I was like, that's not Wembley, that's not Emirates. Definitely is the other side of town, which I'm trying to avoid. And it's from down in Barnet. I saw it to my left. I was like, it was definitely it's not.
Are they still
Emirates
losing as
Stadium.
well?
Say again?
Spurs are, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
1-0.
1-0.
That's good.
They're such a
Fair
funny
play.
team. They're probably going to spank Chelsea at the weekend.
Yeah,
They're such a weird team, aren't they?
But I'm glad
Strange
Bournemouth
team.
was. Normally, when some teams beat us and they can't do it, but fair play, they beat Man City and it looks like they're doing well against.
Brooksy, you know how Postologlu says, mate. I'm going to do the same thing. Mate, what's going on with Tottenham?
That's who we are, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, mate. Crikey, Sheila. Crikey.
I bet it's windy down there, to be fair.
Yeah, down south coast and south
Flying
coast.
around. So going into Sunday's game, then Liam, obviously it's 2:00 kickoff. Fulham away last year was a terrible performance. I believe it was 3-1. Obviously, the ex-Arsenal connection. Talk about it. Obviously, Leno in twice tonight. Smith Rowe. They're a good side. They're tricky. On their day, they can give anyone a game. We just have to make sure we turn up and do what we need to do.
Yeah, they are a good side. I'm not really worried though. To be honest, I think it's a nice fixture. I know I don't want to bite me on the arse, but I actually do think it's quite a nice fixture. I think last year we was in a bit of a shite moment, weren't we, when we played them?
Yeah.
That was New Year's Eve, and I remember being in bed by 9 o'clock. I was that pissed off of it. Great New Year that was. I think we'll go there, and I think we'll put on a really professional performance Sunday. I really do. I think that we've got too much for them. I think I think set pieces could undo them on Sunday. I'd be interested to see if they can kind of defend that and rectify against that. I don't think they can. And I'm not worried about them, if I'm being totally honest. I think we'll have much of the ball, and I think they'll struggle to get the ball, if I'm being totally honest. And I think it'd be nice to see Smith Rowe play, but I don't think he can do too much, to be fair. I'm just so confident with this team, and when we're playing like this, and we're in this kind of moment, and we're in this mojo, that we'll go and beat every team, and we'll play differently against every team to go and beat them. And I just feel that we're ticking back to that moment now. We're getting players back. Like we've got the luxury now of being able to choose Partey, Marino, Jorginho, or Rice in centre midfield. Do you know what I mean? We get Gabriel and Calafiori back Sunday, then we've got them luxuries again in terms of the defence. And yeah, and I think obviously the Saka, isn't he? And I just think we play so much better away from home. I think that we're tactically set up to play so much better away from home. And look, we scored 10 goals against Sporting Lisbon and West Ham. So should I be worried? I don't think I should be worried about Fulham Sunday. I think they got good results there against Brighton. I'm kind of glad they won tonight, to be fair. So do you know what I mean? I like to think of the old percentages at times and the Lord of Averages. I'm glad they won tonight, and I'm glad they played on Thursday. So they got a short break.
I was just going to say, obviously, Thursday,
Yeah,
Sunday, it never normally bodes well.
I'm confident, mate. I'm confident that we'll get a really good scoreline against them, and I think they should be worried.
No, they're good. Obviously, it's important to win, Carl. Obviously, with Liverpool game, we're hoping they might drop points. Chelsea are waiting the scumbags. It's again another London derby. They could drop points. So obviously, it's just important we go there and win.
Yeah, I think we just got to kind of just focus on us, really, and be the ones hunting. As I say, I said it earlier, didn't I? Like Everton, potentially that is a very slippery one for Liverpool. Yeah, Chelsea, they're definitely in the title race at the moment, playing really well. Maresa's got them playing some good stuff. I didn't expect it, to be fair, of them this year. I thought maybe next year that they might kind of raise their level up, but no, to be fair to them, they're doing all right. But again, Tottenham away, slippery one. But to be fair, they've got a good record at Shite Hart Lane, haven't they? They've got a good record there.
Yeah.
You know, they
last year,
tend to
Spurs
go
had
there
two
and
players
win.
sent off, I think.
Yeah, that was the mad game, wasn't it, when they played that line on the
4-2 or
halfway line,
4-3,
didn't it?
whatever it was.
Ridiculous,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's right.
But yeah, again, you don't know what Tottenham's going to turn up. Is it the Man City one or is it the one tonight? They're such a weird team. It's great to see. Obviously, we like them to see them struggle, but
Yeah.
I'd like to see them actually maybe get a draw against Chelsea, just so we can go above Chelsea.
Yes, definitely.
But yeah, no, it's important. We need to keep our momentum going. We need to start picking up those wins and just see where we are after Christmas, how close we are to Liverpool, because then we can really push on.
Does anyone think he'll heavily rotate again and bearing in mind, was it Champions League again next week? Monaco at home,
Monaco,
I believe.
Monaco at home, yeah.
I mean, we only need a couple more wins now, and they should hopefully, get
We've only got
top 8.
2 games left, haven't we? Monaco and
We've
Girona.
got 3. We've got Monaco,
3.
Zagreb at home, then Girona, or what they're called, away. But not being funny, we should be winning all 3 of those games.
Yeah, it would be fine. I think Gabriel and Calafiori will be back in the team. Other than that, he might slot Trossard instead of Martinelli.
Yeah, I think that definitely. I think that would happen. I think Trossard's such a good bet away from home as well. If you look at his stats away from home, and I said this at the start of the season, why I would start him in quite a lot of games, especially the away games, is that he scores a lot of games away from home. He scores a lot away from home, so I think he's a better option for us, Trossard, on the left away from home. And I think probably Martinelli's probably better at home, if I'm being honest. And I think Arteta's probably seeing that as well. So I think that's a good point made there with Trossard. I think definitely Sunday, I think he'll play. And if you remember rightly, not the last game against Fulham, but the one when we beat him 3-0, Trossard was superb in that game, weren't he?
Yeah, he was. He was excellent.
Yeah, I think he'll start.
Mm.
I think he'll start. And then Martinelli will start a Champions League game at home.
He looked good yesterday night when he came on Trossard. I thought he looked good.
Yeah, he looks more hungry.
He always does when he comes off the bench, though, doesn't he?
Mm.
He's a very, very, very good impact player for us. And you need them in the team. It's the same with Martinelli, though, the impact players. That you're not going to get 90 minutes of consistency out of them like you do Saka.
Yeah.
And that's why I think it's important. I think it's more important for us to go and get a left winger in January or the summer than it is to get a centre forward.
Yeah.
Do you think anyone realistically think we'll sign anyone in January?
Possibly.
Maybe.
I'd like to have to say, if we want to push on
financial fair play, haven't we, I think, this year.
It has to be a
signing would be nice.
has to be an attacker, don't it? There's nowhere else on
Yeah,
the pitch
definitely.
we're needed.
I think it kind of, because we're quite low on strikers, really, aren't we? I mean, I know we got Jesus, but he's about as much use as a chocolate fire guard at the moment.
Yeah, he's
And
trying hard, but it's just not coming off, is it?
it's not for him at the moment. I do feel sorry for him because that the first season he came to us, I was like, wow,
Yeah.
what a player we've got here. But it's just not worked for him, has it?
No.
When you look at that left wing position, I'm just like, look, I know we've had plenty of conversations about it, but if we got the right player in with the right attributes, actually, it could be a bit like, because you look what Saka offers to the team and what he does. If you had someone who could arrive late in the box from the left wing and be explosive in terms of their finishing as well, you could be then looking at a player who hits you 15, 20 goals a season from that position, couldn't you?
It's like Liverpool when they had Mane and Salah. You don't necessarily, you can win the league without a top striker. We've seen it done, but you need two players that will at least get you 15 plus goals.
Yeah.
At least, obviously, Saka can do that, and with his assists as well, he's on 10 already, isn't he? So, but you have to have either your striker doing the same numbers or your left winger. You have to have two players doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just who those players are.
Well, that's the thing. Who is that left winger? Do you know what I mean? Who is that left winger?
There's loads out there, but it's just who fits the system, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
It's definitely who fits that system. Like striker, I believe long term. Do you know what I mean? I think in the summer, I think we will go out and buy someone. But
I'd love Isaac.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he'd be perfect, wouldn't he? He'd be absolutely perfect. But I think the left wing position transforms us from us being on the edges of being able to win something to actually dominating.
Yeah,
like literally dominating. Like I look at the games that we haven't won this year. Liverpool. If Odegaard's fit, if Gabriel stays on the pitch, we batter them.
Yep.
We win.
You look at the Chelsea game. We played like we did the last 20 minutes against Chelsea. We'd beat them at Stamford Bridge. So it's so close, isn't it? And I think that's what's the most frustrating thing with fans at the moment, and all of us, that we know how close we are, and we're just not getting over the line at the moment. And I just think the left wing position would get us over the line.
Yeah, definitely. I would like. Yeah, I just don't know who that left wing is going to be at the moment.
No.
There's no one in the Prem that we could even nick, is there? Really? I'd have liked Neto.
Not really. I like the Brighton winger, but is he what we need? Do you know what I mean, for the system?
Which one's that now? What, Dingra?
Matoma.
I like Matoma as well. I like
him,
Matoma as well.
I like Matoma.
He's clever. I like him as well. Very clever.
I mean, my favourite is Leao from Milan, but I don't think we'll get him.
He's very inconsistent. That's the only thing.
Or Kvaratskhelia from Napoli. I like him too. Georgian.
Yeah, I'll take that one. Yeah. They'll have to run someone and we'll be like, oh. But you think like there's so many gyms like the Championship, like Rodgers, Villa side from Middlesbrough, how good a player he's becoming. They'll have to run someone that they've identified could possibly be, as it'll be someone young, we would think. But you think,
do you think we'll take Duran or Watkins though? Remember, Villa has two good strikers.
I don't think we'll get either.
No,
I think the striker will be somewhere in the early 20s, like the lad at Leipzig, Sesko.
Yeah, I still think he's got legs.
It'll be someone. If it's not Isaac, I think Gyökeres might end up at Man United, sadly. But I think it'll be someone like that sort of profile, early 20s, still learning this trade. It'll be, I think.
I don't think it'll be Gyökeres.
They'll be looking at a long-term deal, like a 5-year deal.
Yeah.
In the early 20s to get, to hit his peak.
Do you want a controversial one? I do rate, and I just think he's in the wrong team at the moment. Not left wing striker, Højlund. I honestly think Højlund's a really, really good player.
Yeah,
I really think if he's used right, he could be an absolute beast of a striker. Do you know what I mean?
I reckon so too. Yeah, I do like him. I think he's
always about 75 million. Yeah,
he's got potential.
Side.
Yeah, he is. He is very good. but he hasn't got a team around him. So
Also,
It
there's
is-
a rumour the other week about that Evan Ferguson, is it? Brighton,
Would be.
alone.
Yeah,
That was
Yeah.
a strange, just come out of nowhere, that be.
been
But
injured, isn't he? a lot?
his career's just stalled,
Gone.
isn't it? It's just,
Yeah, it's what can happen, though, isn't it? Injuries,
no, it is, no, definitely.
unfortunately. But yeah, I don't know. It's a shame. Wanyeri is left-footed because he could have been put out on that left wing if he was a right footer,
He could
and
have
I think
done,
we would have
yes.
been sorted out there. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. They've got a plan.
So predictions for Sunday then. Bez, I'll start with you. What are you going for?
No pressure then, because I've been going 4-0 the last couple of weeks in each
Yeah,
game.
go on.
Been very generous of them. Yeah, well, I'll say probably 3-0, 3-1.
Lovely, sounds good. Liam?
4-1.
Ooh, lovely, yeah, go on. I'll go 3-0. Carl?
2-0.
Lovely, yeah, that'll do.
2-0. 2-0.
Taking in those results quite happily.
By the way, sorry if I say this quickly, but I'm going to see the ladies on Sunday. I just got to think of them. I sit in the first row, clock end, lower tier on Sunday. So you must see me on TV.
Who are they playing?
They're playing Aston Villa, the ladies.
Oh, are they? Oh.
I'll be the first row, clock end, lower tier. So I'm like, okay, that's new for me.
You know, Carl's banned from going to see the women's games. If
What's
they
he
see
done
him, they won't be
now?
able to concentrate.
What's he done now? My favorite manager is going to manage America right now. Oh, what have we done, man? What have we done down there?
I haven't done anything, mate. It's Brooksy. He just talks nonsense.
Oh, I'm used to that now. After a year of knowing him face to face, and you as well included.
It's your beard, Carl, so it's not me.
He's a
Well,
sexy beast. Carl's
I
a
wish-
sexy beast
I
in
wish-
trouble, I know.
I'll tell you what,
Spectacular.
Liam. I told Brooksy this after the Forest game. I was walking through St Pancras, and there was this walking to my train, and all of a sudden I've heard all this like commotion going on. I've like turned to my right, and there's Calvin Bassey and Alex Iwobi. Just walking
Okay.
to the station, and then as I've looked to my left, Emil Smith Rowe has literally gone right past my shoulder. I've gone
mate.
obviously like Emil, like pick Arsenal fan. He's like, and he just fucking turned and walked off, ignored me.
What a wanker.
They
know,
had spanked
yeah.
4-1
He's in a
home
bin,
by
mate.
Wolves.
He's in
They
a
lost
bin.
They lost 4-1 home by Wolves, which does
Well, they're
make
all
you think as
fucking
well. We
laughing and
should bash
joking.
them. Yeah, we're going to get paid at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. He still wants to be at Arsenal, let's be honest.
I thought
Yeah.
I'd show this to you guys while I'm there, you know.
Yeah, I've seen
Go
that.
on.
But these waste, right? Or is this us? I don't know.
We didn't even talk about him. I think the last two games he's back. He's coming back to his Rolls Royce best, and William Saliba as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely superb.
Nah, superb. Sensational player. He proper loves it as well when he scores. He absolutely loves it. He proper gets it. Which is
Oh yeah,
superb.
Liam Delap actually. That's a good shout. He's been playing well.
Again, I
Yeah,
did hear
yeah.
that the other day. And who was it? Someone on Match of the Day. I mean, it could have been someone like Danny Murphy. So take this with a pinch of salt. But he reckons he'll be like the next the natural successor to Harry Kane for England. He reckons he's going to... Because wasn't he at Man City, Liam Delap?
Yeah,
Did they sell him or is he on loan?
sold him to Ipswich, I believe.
Okay.
They sell him, did they?
I think they've sold him. Yeah,
Hmm.
I'll find out.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's an
as well,
interesting
so
one,
that's
mate.
big as well.
he's definitely got
Yeah,
something
he's a
about him.
handful. Liam Delap,
Mm.
Ipswich.
And that's the sort of profile that Arteta.
Apparently, they got a buyback clause.
Yeah, they will have one now.
Have they got a buyback clause with Cole Palmer?
The
wonder.
thing is, though, you're not going to go back there, are you? If Erling Haaland's sitting up front.
No, that's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah, they have sold him, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I just
no
same
other striker
time,
was gonna-
same time as we are.
No striker's going to go to Haaland.
No.
You know, to go. You know, Haaland's there, but then you do wonder. I mean, someone said this the other day. I know they won last night, and Forest at home was pretty a good game for them to get at that time. But like, it's almost as if there's something going on. The players have been told something. I don't tell lose so many games, and it just like the whole De Bruyne situation. There's just clearly something up. I mean, I know we're just guessing, but yeah, it's just.
I think De Bruyne wanted out, didn't it? I think De Bruyne's head's gone now that he's.
It's like Edison,
there's
though. He's on
something
the
not
bench
right
all of a
there.
sudden.
I think,
Yeah.
but let's be honest. De Bruyne's still De Bruyne, isn't he? Like you rather have De Bruyne in your team and not in your team.
Absolutely.
If you're not winning games, then it don't make any sense having De Bruyne or sitting on the bench. But I just think that he's going to leave the City in the summer. I think that he might have wanted to leave last summer, and obviously they haven't sold him for whatever reason.
The same with Edison as well. I think he wanted out in the summer.
There's a lot of doubt in there. There's got to be a lot of doubt. There's got to be a lot of worry about what's going on in the background with the.
They're not silly. They know
115
something's
charges.
going on. They know they're going to get found out.
But Pep's just signed a contract. I don't get it.
Yeah, but he can easily leave.
Yeah,
he can sign it, but it's nothing to stop him resigning. What are they going to do?
I wonder if he signed it to see if he'd get a kick out of them. Maybe he thought
possibly.
he was losing it, like control of the dressing room. You just don't know, do you?
No, you don't. It'll all come out. It'll be a Netflix documentary in a year or two. It'll all come out at some point.
But the thing is, I think with Pep Guardiola, I think that is he really going to be there for a rebuild? Do you know what I mean? Probably not.
No, absolutely not.
So, I think it makes sense for Pep to leave there this summer. Do you know what I mean? It'd be interesting. But I don't see them going on the run without Rodri. I don't see them going on what they did last year. Do you know what I mean? I just don't see it. So if we can be as consistent and Liverpool drop points, I think we'll be Liverpool's biggest challenger still.
I think they'll go and sign someone in January. I think they'll go for that Zubimendi from Sociedad.
Interesting that we're going for that guy though, isn't it? For the technical director. I was thinking, would we go in for him, like to replace Partey?
Yeah, well, I think we're going to need. I mean, Partey's been brilliant this season, but we're going to need a replacement for him at some point. Yeah, don't know who that'll be.
So in well there though, when he said Mendy, just slotting there at Man City.
He would. Well, we've got a lot of Spanish boys at Arsenal now, so.
Yeah,
well, that's the other thing, isn't it? You just don't know like what's going on, especially with the.
I mean, Graham as well, by the way. Quick mention of him. That save last night. Superb, 1-0. Game changer. If they score, all of a sudden it's shit your pants like, you know. But he definitely has to do the whole game. When that one goes over, he's so comfortable now, the ball at his feet. I don't ever get scared now. He used to scare me. I'm not gonna lie.
It's his balls through the middle as well. Some of them balls.
Brilliant. Just cuts them open every time.
Yeah, he's been a terrific signing for us, hasn't he? When you think about it now.
Was it 22 million or something ridiculous? Again, another sensational bit of business. Honestly, it's just the last 5 or 6 signings have just been absolutely ridiculously good. Even Jorginho, for goodness sake, 8 million or whatever it was. I mean, he was brilliant at West Ham, by the way. He was really good.
Yeah.
Covered last night. I mean, the only terrible sign in recent times seems to be the loan for Sterling. Going to be ultra critical, but you never know. He might do something. But
I'll tell you this story quickly, though. Can I just say the story quickly? On Saturday, going to my uncle's, we had a family gathering because he lives in Surrey, by the way, Liam. Like just this, I think west of London. He's a Chelsea fan, my uncle. It was 1-0 when I got to Wimbledon. I was like, yes, we scored. 2-0 now. I'll just, before I got off my train, ticket please. I was like, shit, I lost my ticket. I'm getting fined. Oh my God, I'm trying to see the game. I'm trying to hear about the game. This is me being on the train, right? Southwest train, I think it was. You know, being in London now, traveling to West London. Go to my uncle's place. As soon as I stepped in, sit down, 3-0. Tried to sit down again, 4-0, then 5-0. I was like, oh my God, what the heck? Can't keep up with this.
Spurs are 2 down, by the way.
Good.
That's a shame, isn't it?
There's no shame in
funny
that,
team, isn't they? Funny team.
It's who we are,
he
mate.
won't last long. He won't last the season.
You can't have a. How can you go and smash Man City 4 away from home? And then, it's just I mean, they're not mid-table. I mean,
I love them in the semi-finals of the LGD Cup.
Bournemouth win tonight. I think they've gone above them.
I think we're drawing. I think if we get through and they get through, I think we get them in the semi-final League Cup double. Is it 2 legs or 1 leg now?
2 legs.
I think it's still 2. It's still 2, I believe.
That's our new stadium, isn't it? Their stadium anyway. We win it all the time. So, I think He must be like their fans. They just must be baffled. Do you know what I mean? That they go and beat Man City 4-0, go and lose to Ipswich. Do you know what I mean? Go and draw to Fulham at home,
It's
and then
crazy.
do you know what I mean? But beat Man City twice.
Fulham had 10 men as well.
And Fulham done 10 men in the end, were they?
Yeah, they got players that Kenny scored, and he got sent off about 5 minutes. The last 20 minutes, they had 10 men.
Oh yeah, the captain. Yeah, I forgot as well. The captain was sent off.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I think that's done for tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, it's bedtime.
Yeah, bedtime for everyone.
Yeah, me too as well. But long day tomorrow before going back to work.
No, but obviously, thank you very much, gentlemen, for coming on. Always good, obviously, to talk about Arsenal with you three. So, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Obviously, thank you, Mr. Brooksy.
Always a
Little
pleasure.
debut, the old cameo role. Apparently, there's going to be a little cameo tomorrow as well.
Yeah, we'll have a little bit of drinking, a bit of dancing. Make sure I keep my clothes on this time.
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow evening, mate. We're heading out.
Yeah, the weather's not like this. Jesus.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. But yeah, no, I'll see you tomorrow
Brutal.
night, mate. So, thank you very much, obviously, for joining me on the ranks. And yeah,
No, pleasure, mate. Pleasure.
We'll discuss Arsenal next week. We are going to go with Thursday again next week. And we're going to do it for most of December, just because of obviously the Wednesday games. So as you guys know, we've got Monaco next Wednesday. Then the Wednesday after we've got Crystal Palace in the League Cup, so we can cover it all off in one go. So yeah, the shows will be at 8:30 on a Thursday evening throughout December at the moment. And obviously, just want to thank everyone in the chat for coming in. Always good to see you all guys, and some really good discussion made and some good points raised. Gav, I actually hope that you don't beat Spurs on Sunday, but I'll settle with a draw, mate. To be fair, I'll settle with a draw. But yeah, that's it for us. Have a good evening, have a good weekend, and up the Arsenal. 3 more points on Sunday, please. Good night.
Oh, goodness.